just like you guys. When I was in high school, I didn't know exactly what I was going to do. Didn't know what direction I was going to take. I am not the strongest test taker in the world. I'm not the strongest reader in the world. I get that. That's the piece of fabric we're cut from. We're not like that. I'll never be a doctor. I'll never be a lawyer. None of that stuff. I'm good with my hands. Someone can tell me all day long how to take the top off of this marker. But until I take it off myself is when it really sinks in. That's how this works. We have to lecture in class. We have to talk about theory. How does it work? Once we know theory, now we can go to the shop and we can take stuff apart. I can take the cap off the marker now. Someone told me how to take it off, and now I took it off myself and I understand how it works. This is a class I taught. It's an engine repair class. That morning in class, I lectured on valve trains, camshafts and rocker arms and valve springs and valves and all that stuff. When I got done lecturing, we came to the shop and we messed with the valves. What they have on their bench here, these are cylinder heads off of a V8 Toyota engine. Sitting here next to them is their valves and valve springs and all of that. So I talked about how the valve train works. Okay, we got that part. Now we went to the shop and we put our hands on what we talked about. That's how we get stuff, that's how we work the best, right? We got to work with our hands to understand how this works. This is how it works for us. What you can't see is, right here is my engine. I'm actually tearing an engine down with you. We're going lockstep. Everybody's taking their heads off together. Everybody's taking their springs out together and all of that. The guy standing right here, his name is Jimmy Jordan. He lives in Memphis, Tennessee. When he graduated the program, the dealership he was working for kept him and gave him a pretty sizable raise. The guy standing next to me, C.J. Smith, is out of Central Kentucky. The same thing. When he graduated, the dealership he was working for kept him and gave him a substantial raise also. So, our internship program. How does it work? Well, I'm glad you asked. We work in 8-week cycles. You spend 8 weeks with us at the training center. You spend 8 weeks here at home on a paid internship, working at a Toyota dealership or working in a Lexus dealership. At the end of your 8 weeks here, you come back to the training center for 8 weeks. And we cycle like that for 2 years. At the end of 2 years, you graduate with an associate's degree with transferable credits, meaning later on when you want to go back and get your bachelor's degree, everything you worked for will transfer up here to a 4-year school. You'll graduate as a fully certified or expert level Toyota or Lexus technician. You'll have a career here at home, and you'll graduate student debt free. How much is it? Right? Is that a good question to ask? That's a really good question to ask. Okay. How much is it? So let me recap and go over everything I just talked about. We work at 8-week cycles, 8 weeks with us, 8 weeks at home. You'll graduate as a certified or expert level technician, graduate with an associate's degree, have a career here at home, and graduate student debt free. For the right individual or individuals, Toyota's looking to cover the cost of your technical training, which is about $18,000. What is left for you is $9,000. So, depending on your financial situation at home, there's a lot of money out there in Pell Grants and scholarships and stuff like that, that you can pay your $9,000 tuition. And the other thing, while you're at home on a paid internship, making $10 an hour, we're saving our money. We're not spending it on Pokemon cards and Pop Rocks or whatever. How about where are we going to live? Well, we used to have a van down by the river, but you guys don't get that reference.
Some do.
Some do, some don't. Chris Farley. We have an agreement with a company called the Bellamy. It's student housing. The apartments that we have with them are 4-bedroom, 4-bath apartments, meaning you'll have your own bedroom and your own bathroom. All utilities are included: your water, gas, electric, cable, internet. I think that's all they need. There's no phones. Everybody's got cell phones. This is the clubhouse right here. That is a saltwater swimming pool. One of the cool things is in the summertime, there's chairs all around it. Our students will grab the chairs, get in the water, and just kind of hang out, talk for a little bit, and then they'll go study. Yeah, they actually study.
Why are you saltwater, not regular water?
Never freezes, and it's less maintenance. And I don't think they have to use as much chlorine with salt water. This is the clubhouse. In the clubhouse, they've got pool tables, ping pong tables, a movie theater. They've got a weight room. They do yoga and Pilates in the weight room on like Saturdays and Sundays. This is one of the kitchens. It's a fully furnished apartment. The only thing you need to bring with you is bed sheets and stuff like that, and clothes and stuff like that. Yeah. How many people got a Facebook account?
Yeah.
I will look you up tonight when I get to my hotel. Just about everybody's got a Facebook. Ma'am, you don't have a Facebook account? Everybody's got a Facebook account. What about Instagram? I don't do Instagram. I don't know what that is. I do Pinterest because they got like all these cool stuff. But anyway, Instagram. We gotta be careful on what we post on Facebook and what we post on Instagram, stuff like that. Because it can be found on the internet. If you go in for a job, let's say you're the #1 candidate, you're the guy that got the most credentials, you're perfect for this position. But they pull up your Facebook page and the values that you're portraying on Facebook don't match the values of the dealership you're going to work for, they won't hire you. If I look at your Facebook page and I see something that's inappropriate, we're going to have to talk about that. Same thing with whatever one I just talked about. Instagram, that's right, your Instagram account. Tattoos and piercings is one that was brought up by one of the teachers here. I've got tattoos. You can't see them. I'm wearing long sleeves today because it's supposed to be like in the teens. You can't see my tattoos. I'm not against them. But if you're going to get tattoos, you need to be smart about where you get them. If you get something right here that says someone's name or something like that, that's a no-go. Earrings with the big old hoop-de-doos there where you can put a Coke can through them. That's a no-go also. So what happens when you take your gauges out? What's it look like? Looks like droopy dog, doesn't it? They're all just kind of saggy.